What's up, everybody? Mr. Saturn here, and I have a really cool guest this evening. He is a fighter, family man, and military. What else could you ask for, man?
What's up?
Roberto Armas, what's up, buddy?
Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, I saw one of your posts, dude. You are graduating. What are you going to? What were you going to school for? What's your career? What are you? What's your? What are you
Business
getting?
project management, and then
Okay,
the MBA would be the business side. Yeah,
okay. Do you have anything in mind for when you leave the military, like a job or something in that career in that field?
I don't. I like marketing a lot.
Okay,
And as a fighter, I feel like I've marketed myself very well. Everybody has the same opportunities when we get into this promotion, But I'm trying to make the best of it. I'm networking, making those connections, promoting myself out there, trying to do what's best for the company, but also aligning my goals.
hmm.
So I'm
I
hoping to,
noticed, dude.
yeah.
I noticed that you could probably make it as a model as well. Anybody ever told you that?
Nah,
I see your pictures, bro. You got a nice model face, you know. I mean, I'm not trying to come off as weird. I'm just saying, that you probably dabbled in that a little bit, you know.
yeah, nah, man. I'll model people's stuff, boxing gloves and gear and stuff like that. But a lot of it, I just content creation. I enjoy it,
Okay,
especially when I like the products, and that's one of the first thing that I tell like anybody that's trying to sponsor me or work with me. I have to like your product, and if I don't
of
like it, I can't
course.
sit there. I can't sit there and pretend like this is good just because you're giving me money.
Yeah.
That's not me. I don't think that's fair to people. They work hard and then they buy like, something that's shit and then they're like, "Well,
Yeah.
you fucking told us it was good." And they're like, "Nah. If I work
Honesty.
with somebody, yeah, I want to like their product."
That's cool, dude. I respect that. I respect that. What branch of the military are you in?
The Air Force.
Oh, okay. Did you get to fly or are you a mechanic or what'd you do in the Air Force?
Uh, I do logistics. So I
Okay.
work with aircrafts, cargo, passengers, things like that. Weight and balances of aircrafts, cargo jets. So, contrary to popular belief, that very little percent of the Air Force they're actually pilots. The rest, fix
Really?
jets, medics, vehicle mechanics, aircraft mechanics, hydraulics, for aviation, munitions. There's a lot of different kinds of jobs. Yeah, but yeah, few of them are pilots.
Okay, okay. It's funny because I just got done before I went grocery shopping, I was watching Pearl Harbor. So it kind of got me all pumped up with, the movies get a little crazy, but
Yeah,
flying and planes and stuff, shooting down some Japanese folk, like I don't know, man. So to me it paints my mind that there's just a fleet of these people who are just training constantly flying around. So, but I'm glad you got to clarify it. I really appreciate that.
yeah. I mean, even if you see the movie, right, you have like the main characters that are pilots.
Yeah,
Everybody else, munitions,
sure.
fuels. There's like an entire city that operates. Pearl Harbor has, you know, a medical staff. They have the people that man the battleships. All that stuff. Everybody's got their place in order for the jets to fly. And like I
Right.
said, it's just a little small portion of that.
Yeah, yeah. What's a cool or crazy experience you've had in the Air Force, in the military, bro? Either or, whichever one is exciting.
I don't know. I've done a lot of crazy stuff. Some of the stuff I can't talk about.
All right, that's okay. I
But
respect that.
it's been fun. It's had its ups and downs. I've had 6 deployments, and each one very very unique. Hostile and non-hostile territories, and they're all different. Everybody has a different experience too.
Okay, I respect that, dude. And props to you, dude, for sacrifice. Well, I want to say sacrifice, but for giving a lot of your time to the U.S. military, dude. It's not something that a lot of people are willing to do, and from certain experiences, I know some friends did it out of disparity. They had nothing going on, no job. Say, you know what? Let's join the military. So props to you, man, and thanks for everything for your time you invested. I just want to let that be known, bro. I appreciate it.
Well, it's my pleasure. I'm here doing it. I'm working with the recruiting command and putting some videos out there with the Air Force, trying to get more people in and show them different aspects of this career. You know, I'm
Yeah,
very grateful that they let me fight, because that's sometimes it's not common. You know, especially in a very vicious sport like bare knuckle.
yeah,
But
dude.
I've been doing martial arts for a long time, and there was careful consideration when I went to go talk to my command about it, and we're using this in a positive manner. You know that we can show these people that we're the Air Force and we don't just sit behind a desk.
Yeah, dude. I can only imagine there probably was some kind of static for you trying to fight in BKFC, being in the military. Did they make it a little difficult or?
I guess it depends on who you spoke to, but
Okay.
I it was tough on different aspects of life too.
Yeah,
Because to me, fighting was a necessity. There
yeah,
was no, no other way around it. I was stuck in a financial situation after my divorce where, if I didn't fight, I didn't have anywhere to live, and that's just the injustices that happen sometimes with the legal system. But like about 80-90% of my wages were being garnished, so I needed to fight. It was the only way to for me to press, and again, I'm very fortunate that I had people that understood in the military as well as in BKFC, and they were like, okay, all right, well, you're gonna put in the work. We'll put you to work.
yeah, yeah, dude. Um, you mentioned that you have experienced or you've been doing martial arts in the past or you do martial arts. How long have you been doing that? And it's something that you've been doing it since you were young, kiddo?
I'm 37, and I started when I was in high school with my sophomore year with wrestling, and then
Hmm.
from there I started with MMA and jujitsu, and I got into all these other sports, all combat sports. So I've fought Thai. I've done grappling matches, gi and no gi, Muay Thai, kickboxing, MMA fights. You name it, I've probably done it.
And you feel comfortable in bare knuckle?
Yeah, I feel the most comfortable in bare knuckle.
Okay.
You know, the
Yeah.
last MMA fight that I was in, though, I won by a double armbar.
Oh
So
shit.
I
Okay.
can I can roll,
Hell
but
yeah.
I just prefer to throw hands, barefisted.
That's it's a tough sport, man. I think I don't like throwing the word brutal out there or it's a brutal sport, but it really
It's
is.
only if you don't move. You know what I mean? Some of these fucking
Yeah.
guys, they're fucking moving and they get caught in the face. They're catching fists with their face. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
brutal when you don't move. You know,
Yeah.
but if you ask me, like I've taken boxing fights where I've felt very, very like concussed.
Oh shit.
And it's much worse than a bare knuckle fight, right? So when I come
Definitely.
out of bare knuckle
Definitely.
fight, my face might be swollen, my hands might be a little swollen, not anymore. And I get cuts, and it might look bad, but it's not. It's definitely not as bad as taking round after round after round of just concussive blows, just because you have gloves on and it's
Yeah, the
all
padding.
right. Yeah, it's not gonna cut you, so you don't have to move as much because you can take that damage.
Yeah, it's true. Once I started getting to bare knuckle fighting, when I became a fan, um, luckily I thought it was pretty crazy, but there was so much excitement behind watching you guys fight. It was just so raw, like you guys really put it all out there, and I think that's something that really just drew me to your sport, to the bare knuckle, bro. So again, props to you, my man. You got some big cojones for doing something like that, man. But again, thank you for the entertainment. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Now, I like getting out there into the lights, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Before we stray too far, I just wanted to say that I appreciate you opening up a little bit about some of your struggles. And I've interviewed quite a few fighters who are going through the exact same thing you're going through. They mentioned it to me. They opened up to me in their interviews, and And it just really sucks, Roberto. It really sucks that sometimes life just dishes out certain things. You know, you never expect things to go a certain way. But what admires me about you guys is that you guys keep moving forward. You keep fighting through all the static and all the bullshit, man. I mean, here you go, having to take on BKFC or wanting to take on BKFC, you know, just to keep going, you know, and man, you guys are something else, man. You guys really have a warrior spirit, and I know you definitely have it, brother.
Yeah, it for me it came to a certain point in my life where I was just like, this is the only thing you got left. Like you either do this and you go all in or you don't.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, present a half-made product to my, my leadership. I can't say like, hey, I'm half in, I'll be training this and that. I'm like, okay, if you guys let me do this, like, you just need to know that I'm gonna be working out 2 3 times a day. I'm going to be running. Like, this is my run time. These are my lifts. These are my training sessions. Like, I'm not somebody to be fucked with in there because of how much I train. So I needed to, like I said, just dive all in there. If this was going to be for me, and since I was a kid, I wanted to be on the stage fighting. So that's why I'm very fortunate to. It almost became like a love hate thing, because I was forced to fight. I didn't have an option, and I used to love this sport in a different manner, and then it came to like where I love this, but I hated this at the same time. But the more I did it, the more I understood that how fortunate I am to be doing something that I love, to set my path in a different direction, even though it's difficult. There's some people that are out there doing difficult things that it's just, it's not something they want to do, and that's why I'm grateful for that opportunity. Like I said, this is what I wanted to do since I was a kid.
That's good, dude. I respect that a lot, dude. Um, has your military experience have you used your military do you use your military experience when you are in the ring, when you fight? Is that something that kind of go hand in hand?
Well, a lot of the mentality goes into training, right? So I'm very, very much hyper focused and fixated on what I need to do, and I don't give myself those days off or the time to slack or do this or that. Like, if I have a fight, I don't miss a training session, and that's just the mentality that I have. And in the military, that's carried over. Like, that's no shit. That if you have to get something done, you have to get it done. You know. And I grab from that, and I put it towards fighting, and that's what I've noticed, that I have over some other people. Like, some people give themselves that wiggle room to do this or that or not show up, and I don't do that. you know there's a mental fortitude that was built here that I carry over. There's just that's one of the biggest things that I saw come over. I'm trying to think what else. um, and then but the amount of training that I do, I guess. I learn, it, like, in psychology, I guess. Whenever you or when I'm in the ring, I'm going to resort to the thing that I train the most, and that's something that's put into our heads in the military. If you don't train this, if you don't do this, you're not going to perform when something happens. And sometimes shit happens, and if you're not ready and you didn't prepare yourself enough, you're going to go into a panic mode, and that's something similar
Yeah.
that happens in the ring, right? If you're not prepared, you're gonna just go in there and let your body take over and do what it's gonna do, and sometimes it's not good. So I've learned to take control of the moment and the situation at hand, regardless if I'm at work, or if I'm at work in a high intensity environment, or I'm in the ring. And there's similar feelings as far as adrenaline going. That's why I feel I have a lot of control, because I put myself through those scenarios, and I train myself to to handle my body under stress like that.
I noticed that a lot of people I've met who served their time and retired or whatever, um, they carry with them, just like you mentioned, they carry with them everything they learned in the military with them, and they apply it to life. And I mean, I want to say like over 90% of the people I've met and spoke to, they do pretty good in their lives. They go into law enforcement. They apply what they've learned in the military in life. Um, I can see you going far, man. I mean, just by speaking to you, man, I mean, yeah, you're serious with me now, but like I said, I can tell you're very stoic as well. But like I said, in your posts, you're always smiling.
I fuck around and I joke around a lot too.
Yeah, yeah, I believe that. I
Yeah,
believe that.
a lot of the guys on the roster will tell you that I'm a fucking clown.
What's a cool little experience you had with some of the fighters that you've bumped into or made friends with in BKFC?
Man, I always have a good time with these dudes when I come out, you know. Uh, but yeah, man, I don't know. Most of the fun times that I've had are, my coach. Me and my coach always just fucking, it's always work, and we're doing what we need to do, and then as soon as that's over, we have fun. And I don't have fun that often, but because I'm like again hyper focused.
Yeah,
I don't go out anywhere, and if I do, I'm back at home, or if it's time to train, and since I'm up at night, people are like, sorry, they'll ask me like, "Whoa, you can go out to a nightclub or something, and do what? Drink, yell at
yeah,
another person, interact? I can't do that, and that's the time that I work out. So I can't sacrifice leisure time. I can't. That's my workout time. I can't do it. So I just hang out at home and I do what I need to do. And then when it comes to have fun, a time to have fun, I have some fun. Uh, but yeah, a lot of the times that we've gone out after fights, it's a blast, man. Sturgis was fun. All the
yeah.
Hollywood shows are a blast, and yeah, I just it's been a great experience.
Do you let loose though? I mean,
Yeah, like
do
this
you...
same attitude that you see, right? Like I said, I joke
Yeah,
around a lot. I play around a lot, and the people love it. So it's one of my favorite things to do. We make people laugh,
yeah.
and I'll say some off the wall shit a lot too. That people are like, "Did this motherfucker really just say that?"
I believe it, dude. I believe it.
Uh, but
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that's my favorite type of laughter when I'll say something and I won't like laugh or anything, but I'll say it, and then there's everybody
Yeah.
in the room's like,
What?
it was this just sad, and then another person is like, the one person will just look at me like, you fucking guy.
Oh my God, dude. Well, I know you mentioned that you're really hyper focused and stuff, but I have to ask, when you're not out partying and you do have some free time, do you have any hobbies or anything that you like doing? I mean, you paint or you poetry or what, anything else other than
I
training?
do write. So I do write,
Okay.
paint, and recently I just started playing video games again. Man, I stopped for a long time because of this. Like that became life. It became like I
Yeah.
said, fighting was a necessity, and there's no fuck around time. Like I'm training, or I'm too tired to do anything, that I would just set the TV on and just lay there while the TV is going on, and then I fall asleep, and then I'm up and I'm doing it every day. And that's kind of still the routine. I'm just learning to not shock my system so much.
Hmm.
I need to have a little bit of fun. Even if it is playing video games. But yeah, I paint and I write sometimes. And other than that, there's not much time for anything else. I hardly even. I used to paint with acrylics, but acrylics
Hmm.
very very time consuming, and it takes a long time to grab stuff and put it away. And I just started resorting to like a little pocket charcoal set, or a pocket watercolor set, and I'll do small stuff now, just to get it done and to get my creativity out. And other than that, my schedule kind of looks like, like at night, I'll get off at 6 a.m. I'll be asleep by 7 a.m. I'll be up by 3 p.m. I'll go to the
Jeez.
gym. I'll go to the gym. I'll get out of the gym. I'll grab some food on the way back. I'll shower, rinse off, go to work. If I have time at work, I'll get my another workout in or another two workouts in. It's gonna be my 4 mile run and my weights. I come back and I shower and I finish work. And then on top of that, I'm also doing school. So in between all that, I'm doing all my schoolwork. So it's very difficult because it's every day, right? And then I get to my weekends. On my weekends, I don't go out because I have to train, so I'll get whatever errands that I didn't get done on those 2 days that I have off. And then every other weekend, I have my kids. So I switch my schedule from nights to days, and then I spend time with my kids, and I'm cleaning up after them and playing with them and hanging out with them. So there goes that weekend. So really, like I only have 4 days out of the month that I'm free. Like I don't have
Yeah.
kids with me. Other than that, I'm either working out or doing homework or at work.
Okay. All right. I respect that, dude. You mentioned video games. I kind of agree with you, man. I used to be a hardcore gamer, but up until like 3, 4 years ago, like 2 years ago, I'm going too extra. I just don't have really a lot of time with it. I'm trying to learn how to edit videos, like when I do these interviews or do like side edits. It's
Yeah,
time
and you know how
consuming because I'm
time
always,
consuming that is,
yeah,
you know, because I do that too.
yes,
You know, if I'm not doing that, I'm thinking of ways to make money on the side. Because
yeah,
again, I have to
yes,
provide for myself and for my lifestyle and for my 4 kids, man.
yeah,
Uh,
that's
so
right.
so also video game systems on the side because that's something that I enjoy doing. I like video games. Before, like I liked them more, but now it's just something that I know and it's easy to fucking hustle on the side. So I'll do that, and I'll
What do
play
you,
those. That's Nintendo systems. That's
okay,
my thing.
Switch?
My jam. Yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
ask.
And I got my hands on the new Switch 2, and I thought I was gonna sit
Okay.
there and collect dust. I got a PS5 for low, and my son uses that, and I started playing the new Pokemon game, and then that's what like drew me back in.
Oh my God, bro. I had to
Yeah.
hang up my Pokemon belt about 2 years ago. I just couldn't do it no more. I used to dedicate so much time in the Pokemon games, dude, with the breeding and the competitive battling, and it's just
The
like,
new game is different and it's fun, man. I'm just gonna tell you that. I won't tell you too much because then you're gonna get curious and then you're gonna get fucking sucked in like
no,
bitches.
you can't, bro. I've seen the videos, but go ahead, talk to me. I've seen the videos, and I can't, I won't do it. I won't do it. What's
Don't,
up? Tell me
dude.
something
Don't
fun.
because you're gonna like it. Don't because you're gonna like it. And then my daughter is starting to like it too. That was one of the things that my son skipped because my son's 13, and I would keep like, "Hey, play this game," and he goes, "I don't want to play
Yeah,
that because it's turn based." And I'm like,
yeah,
"Whatever, dude." I was like, "This game's fun. You don't know anything about this." He didn't. That's one of my like favorite things to play when I used to play a lot. Turn based games.
yeah.
I always turn to them in deployments. So when I deploy a lot, that's when I go turn-based games. So I
Okay.
would do like turn-based Final Fantasy or the Pokemon games that are
Oh,
turn-based.
yeah,
And I gave him a game, and he didn't like it. He hated it until the South Park turn-based game came out.
yeah,
All of a sudden, he liked turn-based games, and I'm like, bro, that's not even as good as these other ones, you know. But he never
yeah.
liked Pokemon like that. And then my daughter, which was like surprised me, she's about to turn 6. She saw me playing Pokemon, the ZA, and then she just
Mm-hmm.
sits there and she watches me and she's like, I want to play. And I'm like, you
Yeah.
sure? Like, you okay? And I let her play and she'll play it and then she'll watch me play. And then she has a Switch of her own. And I gave her the Pokemon game and she plays a turn based game. And I'm like, okay, well, you like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
her and her brother, different tastes in video games.
It happens, man. Everybody's gonna get a little piece of your gaming experience. Not everybody's gonna like the
Yeah,
same thing. I bet you you're 13 or 16-year-old kid. Would you
he's
say
13.
13? I bet you likes first person shooters, huh?
He does. He used to play a lot of Fortnite when he was a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And now he's getting into Call of Duty and all those teen games. He's got a PlayStation. But one thing that I did notice is that he does what are they, RPGs, like
Yeah.
the old
Those
school
turn-based.
samurai
Yeah.
RPGs. He'd probably, if I gave him Zelda, he'd probably start playing it. But that's one game that he wouldn't touch until like now that he's got a PlayStation, he'll do God of War and things like that. So everybody's different, yeah. But I've
Yeah,
noticed that
yeah, I
their taste in games.
yeah. Dude, that's cool. I'm so glad I asked that question. I like that. That's cool. We can relate at least with Pokemon. Um, I know that there's a new, I don't know if you've heard, there's these leaks coming out for the new gen whatever generations coming out, Wind and Sail or whatever, and they're saying it's gonna be like an MMO, open world, and the other people you're gonna see walking around and stuff. So I think I might wait for that, but like I said, you can't convince me to purchase ZA because I seen the videos. They look fun. Some of the pictures that people are taking with them, it looks fun, but it's just I'm just like, man, I feel like every generation or game, I'm just getting the same Pokemon. I'm buying the same crap. Like nothing
this is
really changes. That's
this
what
is
kind of
different,
pushed me
man.
away.
I think you'll like it. I'll just say leave it at that. I was surprised. I was like, oh, this is another game that I'm just gonna pick up and put down in like 2 hours. I'm like 20 something in now. There's no coming back. I'm
Oh
beating this
wow.
game.
I was close, but we'll see. You mentioned Final Fantasy. What's your favorite or go-to Final Fantasy game?
Tactics. I
Oh my God,
won't do
did you?
the other ones. It's all like I said. It's all like turn-based games. The other ones. I don't like the original Final Fantasies, but I'll do
Yeah.
Tactics, Mercenaries, Arbiter Fall, Felseal. Those I'm into a lot.
You played the Evolus Chronicles, the new remake that came out, or the
Nope,
redo? No?
not yet. But I'll probably add it to the list.
Yeah, I played the original one, and I like those games too. They're very very fun. The turn based and moving them around and setting them up so those are very fun, dude. Yeah,
They
so that's
are. I just
cool.
don't
But
like when there's the ones that granted they're a little bit more difficult, but when like somebody kills your character and like he's dead forever, and you're just kind of like fuck. So you have to like get a new one and like hire him and train him, and like dude, those are terrible. As opposed to the one where like they get knocked out and then you just bring them back in the next match.
yeah,
Yeah, those are
that's
always
right.
crazy.
That's right.
Yeah,
Hey,
the
that's
first time I
fucking
experienced
cool.
that, I used to play what is it, Desert Storm for Xbox, and like if they killed your guy, like he was done. You had to get a new rifleman or a new sniper. Like they like another guy coming into your unit, and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah,
like these guys are real,
yeah.
real.
I haven't seen you fight. I haven't seen you fight in quite a while, dude. I mean, what
Last summer,
what? Let's go with that. What's going on with yeah, yeah. I mean, is there any news with your fighting or like what's going on with that?
we've been trying to get matched up for a while, and I that's the hardest part about it because I train a lot and I want to take a break, but my mind won't let me take a
Yeah,
break until I take a fight and then take a week off. That's when I usually do it, and then right back to it. So I'm just waiting for it. And I almost got on a card this weekend, but the person took somebody else. Go figure. Um,
yeah.
and again, it's every single time. Um, I know there was a fight that was supposed to go on in Hollywood in December. When Reber and Ibarola fought each other, there was another
Mm-hmm.
pair of
Mm-hmm.
135ers that were gonna fight, and then one fell out. So I asked to fight that person, and they just scrapped the fight. So I'm just waiting for the opportunity, Um, whatever makes sense to the company and makes sense for me, that's what we're gonna go with. Um, yeah, that's where we're at right now.
It's very interesting. I'll get to your question. But it's very interesting the way I see BKFC's how they do their fights. There's fighters who do pretty. I'm not bashing BKFC. There's no way I can. They're good at what they do, but I see fighters, dude, who deserve a lot, but they don't really. I know it's hard to say without talking shit. So, they don't really push, the good fights because there's fighters out there who do really good. they might not have a clean record, but they put on a freaking show, and then they like for example they're pushing like ex MMA fighters and stuff. It's like yeah, I get the excitement and all, but you guys got a rosters of fighters like it's I mean I don't know, man. How do you see it as far as them promoting fighters and in your experience too? I mean, since last summer, like you said, dude, like what the hell? I mean, how do you see it all?
Sometimes it's a more promotable name. Again, in the marketing mindset, some of the stuff does make sense
Hmm.
to me. But some of the stuff we can work around, and I have a different brain for this stuff. Like I think about things and matchups that would make sense. Uh, i- in every aspect, right? Because it has to make sense financially, it has to make sense for the company and the future of BKFC. And that's what I look
Yeah,
at when I see like who should be fighting who. And it's tough for me because I look at remove myself from the equation, like me, the way what I personally think, and I feel like I'm a very promotable fighter.
yeah,
I do my own marketing, and I've been given the tough road. I don't, I fight whenever they call me. I fight whoever is available at the time, and I don't, at one point, do we stop and say, all right, you know what, let's work on this guy, and that's what I'm waiting for. But until then, it sounds like I have to carve my own path still. So that's where I find the most difficulty, because like I said, I feel like I can do a lot with I can work a microphone. um, I I don't know, I'm easy to capture as a personality and look at and push. I'm trying, man, and I'm picking fights with
you
whoever I
have it.
can.
Yeah.
I'm picking fights with
You,
whoever I can.
I mean, I usually say this towards the end, but I mean, okay, I since you asked me, I haven't seen Duran fight in a while. I mean, that'd be a pretty good fight. I mean, how do you see that?
Duran's a 145er. I'm a 135er. The only reason that
Oh,
I've
okay,
taken
okay.
45 fights is because I needed to, or because it was a fitting matchup. Sometimes that's the way the cards fall. Um, but I've stepped on the scale as low as 143 against a 45er that goes and puts on another 15 pounds. And what can I do at that point? But there's skill, and then there's weight, and I have to
Yeah,
take that into consideration whenever I say yes or no to a 145 fight. And the thing is, to me, that anybody at 145, 135 makes sense to me. If it's at 145, and I've also said, like, I'll go up to 155, but that fight has to make
jeez.
sense. Like, it's a give and
Yeah,
take, right? If this guy's skill set is terrible, I have to know that I have to give him respect because he is a 155er. But I need to say I see what kind of way I'm going to approach a fight and how I'm going to pick him apart. Um, so there's risk. Every fight is winnable, I think. But how much of a risk are you willing to? What percentage are you willing to give this person? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you, there's probably heavyweights that I feel like I can beat, because their
Hey,
skill
that's
set
what's up.
isn't there. Yeah, and I've
Yeah,
I fucking fought big dudes before. I don't care about that shit. I fought at 155 or at 135 because none of us, both of our opponents dropped out the day of weigh-ins. Yeah, that's not something that scares me. But right now, I need to think about what the way that I'm going to
makes sense.
carve out this path to that belt that belongs to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said earlier, you have a good aura, like you have a good personality. I can see you working the mic sometimes too. I not saying that you're not capable, because we're all more than capable of fighting, bro. And I can't wait to see you fight again. Who would you like to fight next? Give me. I mean, I'll help you freaking promote the shit out of it, bro. We'll start talking shit. It's about somebody.
Man,
I don't know. Let's
I
get you
don't.
something.
Yeah, anybody that but what makes more sense to me is somebody that wants to engage in a fight. Not dudes that are gonna try in there and go in there and survive for 5 rounds. That's just not fun,
Yeah,
man. That's not why I came to BKFC. I came into BKFC to throw down and fucking scrap.
that's right.
And,
That's
and
right.
some people forget about this stuff, and they try to avoid a fight. I'm not gonna mention any names, but obviously you saw what happened. You saw what happened. You know,
Yeah,
some people weren't here because they want to fight. They just want to try to coast.
it happens a lot.
Yeah,
I don't
those
think it's a
are,
sport where, yeah, it's not a sport
nobody
you
wants to
should
watch that shit.
be. No, no. If you want that, I'll rather watch, not bashing on wrestlers or anything like that, but I'll watch UFC and watch dudes on the canvas for all five, three or five rounds.
Yeah, well, that's
That's
one
what
of the
I
biggest
wanted. But
reasons why people left UFC, casual fans and fucking hardcore fans alike. And it was talked about for a long time. I even said it, right? There's a lot of things that the UFC did that pissed me off as a fan. I was following them since
oh,
like
okay,
2005. I
okay.
bought Fight Pass. I would get the pay-per-views. I would watch these fighters, from the beginning to end. I watched Connor's first fight in the UFC and I was like, shit, like I want to watch this dude fight again and again and again. What bugged me, one of the biggest things that bugged me was I felt like I was being nickel and dimed, and they took away the fighters' personalities from them when they did
Hmm,
the
hmm.
Reebok deal.
Yeah, took the branding and everything
Fuck.
away,
I was like,
the
yeah, dude.
sponsorship.
Yeah, I was like, I want to watch fucking Condom Depot on this guy's fucking trunks, bro. These bright ass orange trunks, or fucking munitions fucking company, or Tilt,
Yeah,
whatever, dude.
yeah.
I wanted to watch all this stuff, and that's what was fucking infuriating, I guess.
Not
Um,
not just that, bro, but the personalities and the money, bro. They were making money off the promotions on their
yeah,
their shorts and stuff.
and the
Yeah,
Reebok deal was good if you fought a lot, but if you didn't, you were getting
yeah.
screwed. And that's what bothered me a lot. Like I was like, this isn't the same. It's starting to like be
Hmm.
more of a we're here to like a money grab almost. And then I have Fight Pass, and I'm like, dude, I don't even get discounted fucking uh, pay-per-view events. What is this shit?
Yeah.
You would think you would reward your fans like that, but that
Nah,
wasn't the case, dude.
nah, dude. I've been a fan since 2016. Paul Felder, I think he fought Danny Castillo was my first fight that I ever seen where he did that
Spinning.
spinning back fist and he caught him and he just, poor Danny Castillo went down.
Yeah, man. I
Um,
was watching in 2005. And I remember
yeah,
I
that's yeah,
remember getting off my fucking seat, watching Spike TV, watching
Spike.
Forrest Griffin fight fucking Bonner. It was insane. I was like, shit, this is a great ass fight. And those were the ones that like kept me around. And when I joined BKFC and I started getting that feeling again, that like this is new, this is something like raw, and
Yeah,
I don't want it to lose that. Uh, but again, it's always a possibility. Hopefully, it remains true to what it is, and we try to capture and keep the hardcore fans because those are the ones. I mean, that I like interacting with the most.
yeah, yeah. I agree, dude. I was the same. I used to buy the pay-per-views all the time, no matter what it was. I had people coming over. My late wife would be cooking up a storm. It would be awesome UFC parties,
Yeah,
but it was just not the same. I think for the last 5 years, dude, it hasn't really been the same. And I know because um, I think TKO or I don't know what company now owns UFC and WWE, and I see UFC going the WWE route. It's gonna become entertainment fighting now. It's not gonna be people like in bare knuckle, where they're just there's not really storylines or whatever. But I see them doing storylines a lot in the future with UFC. It's just not the same no more. And
it's
and
not.
I mean, I'm
But they need to change it
nah,
up because, like I said, it's almost like stalling when you go in there and you grapple somebody. Yeah, like that's not fun to watch, man. That's a skill set. It's tough. But
yeah, yeah,
even somebody that had a tremendous wrestling talent like GSP would change your levels on you, and he would outstrike you because he had great striking,
yeah.
phenomenal striking, and then straight to the takedown, and he mashed it up. beautifully versus
Yeah.
somebody that has some decent striking, but their grappling is just phenomenal, and then you just don't want to see that. Um, but yeah, I still remember, like I said, just my wheels turning. Like, what is this? Why am I watching this?
Yeah.
Matt Hughes
Yeah.
versus Hoist Gracie.
Yeah.
Why did you guys do this? I was
Yeah.
like, dude, Matt Hughes is gonna smash this man. And he did, and I was like, okay, yeah, like, yeah, it sounds awesome. Hoist Gracie, the guy that came in here
Yeah.
and built the UFC. I remember the interviews. This
That's
is my
right.
house. I built it. And then you have
Yeah.
him fight Matt Hughes, and Matt Hughes is a fucking powerhouse, dude. It was bad. It was bad watching that, and I was like, ah, shit.
Yeah, dude.
CM Punk coming
Remember
to the
CM
UFC,
Punk?
like, what the fuck is this?
Nah, dude, I hated that. He got rocked when he fought too. He got rocked, dude. It was crazy, dude. Do you remember the Didi Dricus Duplessis versus freaking Kamzat
Yeah, dude, I
Hamzat?
left. I left the bar.
I
I
was
left.
falling asleep.
I left. I was there and I sat down and I'm watching and then the fourth round ends and I look at my friend. I was like, if he takes him down within the first 30 seconds of the fifth round, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah,
And then we're looking and then he fucking take down. And I'm like, dude, I'll see you guys later. I'm
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
headed out. I'm not gonna sit here and waste another 5 minutes of my fucking time
yeah.
watching these dudes dry hump.
Yes, yes, dude. I had a UFC party in TJ at a friend's house. Had a bunch of people over, and I looked over by the third round, and people were like dozing off. Where everybody was drinking too, but that doesn't matter. If there's excitement and you're drinking,
Yeah,
you're
it's
pumped. But
different. And this is the main event. This is supposed to be the main event. It's
yeah,
like, god damn.
yeah, dude. Fuck, fucking UFC, man. Are you looking forward to any UFC fights coming up?
No.
Damn.
Occasionally one will come up with, two very good strikers. I'll tune in when Sean O'Malley fights again or Alex Pereira, but other than that, I'm not I'm not interested in watching the Dagestani takeover, man.
Yeah, well, I am an Islam fan, and I hope to see him fight Ilia Topuria one day. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I
We'll see,
would
but
until he gets fucking taken down and then just fucking a wrestling grappling match happens and you're just like, fuck,
oh my God, dude.
fuck. I
Oh
was
man, have you been to a live event?
no,
Oh, they're
no.
exciting, dude. They're exciting. Even if it's a boring fight, it's exciting being there. It's like going to a sports event, like a football game.
But yeah, but like I'm a 100% all about BKFC, man.
Yeah.
And as a fan and as a fighter, you're not gonna pull me away. Every time there's a BKFC fight, I'm gonna watch it.
Amen.
Except for the European ones, and the Canada cards are okay, but I don't know. I don't much enjoy watching the European ones. I guess I don't know. It's easier for me to relate to the American side of the house because I know
Hmm.
some of these guys, and you can see them and their personalities, and it's just I don't know. They should be bringing the Europeans out here this way more,
That's right.
but
Yeah, that's
it'll
right.
get
Cause
like that,
it's
or we should send some Americans that way. On every
yeah,
fight card, you don't throw two or three dudes that are popular on this side to just intensify those cards. That's good. That's
yeah,
going to get the European crowd to see the American side of the house, and that's going to get the American side of the house to see some of the. They're going to want to tune in.
yeah,
If you put someone like Brian Duran in on a European card, I want to watch him fight one of the European
yeah,
dudes in Europe. That'd
yeah.
be fucking nuts.
Hell yeah.
Take Rambo over there, or take John
Yeah.
Dotson to fight at 125.
Yes.
That shit'll fucking get going, bro.
I agree with you. I know in England and stuff, they have they have like a rivalry type of fandom, so America versus, Europe or something like that. That's perfect. You nailed it on the spot, Roberto. That was, yeah, I agree with you 100%. And plus, I don't like when their fights are like super early too, to be honest. Like
That
sometimes
sucks
on the
too. Yeah,
Saturdays, yeah.
yeah.
Like man,
I remember
so I've
watching
been
one of the
too,
Thailand ones, and it was early as hell, and I was just in my bed
yeah.
watching a Thai Emery fight. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you?
Nah, I missed that one, of course. No, I missed it,
Oh,
bro. It was
okay.
too
Well,
early.
let me tell you what happened. I'm just there chilling in the morning watching the fight, and then Ty Emery wins, and I'm like, cool, she won. And then she runs to the ropes, and then she goes, I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, I saw the video. I
It's
saw the
like
video,
10
yes.
a.m.
Oh my God, dude. One question on UFC before we move on, because I don't want to keep you too late. Have you been seeing the pictures of Alex Pereira and Tracy Cortez?
Yeah, aren't they broken up now? As she was saying.
Yeah. What the hell? Do you think it's just a publicity stunt or what? I mean, what do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Because it was
I don't
crazy, dude.
know.
What the hell? Like 7 days? What the
It
fuck?
brings attention.
I'm sure it did. It got a lot of people talking crap.
Yeah. But I mean,
That's
I'm not gonna say that's what Tracy wanted, but she gets more, there's more attention, whether it's positive or negative. People are gonna tune in. More people are gonna watch Tracy. More people are gonna watch Alex. It's
yeah,
in his personal life, and it's gonna attach him more to the fights that they, when they do fight.
the promotion and they're promoting very well then. Because
Yeah,
they got me over here
maybe
wondering.
I'm gonna,
I got me to ask you.
maybe I'm gonna start dating a BKFC girl or something.
Shoot, you
I'm
have
just
your
gonna
eye on
message a
anybody just
couple.
by
Do
chance?
do you want to have a fake relationship?
Yeah. There you go. I'm not gonna add this so that people don't
We're
watch this and
just
know what you're up to.
I can add it. We just do some Photoshop. Roberto Armas was in
Oh,
Europe
good.
this week.
Yeah,
Something crazy.
something crazy, dude. Yeah, I have crushes, on some of the BKFC fighters, and but I don't put it out there. I don't want to look. I don't know. I don't know. I got to stay professional
Who's your
as hell.
crush?
Cause, well, okay.
You can't edit this part out. We got to keep it.
No, I won't. No, it's gonna stay. It's actually I met her at the Palm Desert here in California not long ago. She's not a fighter, but she's in media. Patricia Duong or
Oh,
Don't. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, Patricia.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
personality. Nice young lady.
Yes, yes. I got to. She's good looking as hell. And I got to when I was close to her, and I'm gonna upload. I'm gonna tag you on the post, but I was recording, and I was like, "Say hi," and then she came around. She gave me a cool little hi, and I added a nice little song to the video. It was like perfect, and I was like, "Oh man." I kept tagging her on there so she can notice me, but I think that was a little overkill.
I'll tell her to
Who the
notice
hell
you.
am I?
I'll send her a message.
Uh, I
Okay,
appre- I appreciate it.
watch
Hey, you
this.
know that guy,
Watch
Mr.
this
Sec?
interview. Just watch the interview.
What's up, Patricia? I'll give you my number. Let's chop it up, girl. Let's talk.
For an interview.
Yeah, for an interview. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Nice save. Oh my man. Um, hey, so your last name is Armas.
Weapons.
What? Yes, weapons, which is perfect, dude. Military dude and everything. Weapons right here. It's safe to say it's Spanish. So, where do your roots come from? Where are you? Is it Latino, Hispanic?
Well, Hispanics are Latinos, bro.
Well, no,
They are.
Hispanics. They're like I think it's like two separate entities.
No, so you can be Hispanic and you're a Latino, right? But you can be Hispanic and Latino, but you cannot be Latino and Hispanic.
Oh,
Which,
okay, bring it on.
yeah, so
Educate me, bro. Educate me.
maybe I didn't say that right, but the Latin language. If your
Mm-hmm.
culture derives of the Latin language, you are a Latino.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for Hispanic, you are strictly a Hispanic if your roots come from the Spanish language.
Mm-hmm.
So I jokingly said that Filipinos were Hispanics
Mm-hmm.
because they're derived from the Spanish people too. Like
The
yeah,
Spanish,
they
yeah,
came and they conquered the Philippines, but that's different though
yeah.
because their language is rooted in something else. Um, But for the culture in Latin America, I guess you would say, anybody that
Mm-hmm.
speaks Spanish is a Hispanic.
Okay.
Anybody
That's fair.
that was conquered by a European uh, country that is of the Latin language is a Latino. So the Brazilians
Okay.
would be Latino but not Hispanic because
Mm-hmm.
Portuguese is
Portuguese.
Latin language.
Okay. Okay. Look at you. All right. I'm gonna start going with that now.
No, I
All
mean it's
right,
what it
Mister
is.
S.
Yeah, it's what it is. I had to look it up. I was like, are these people Latino? Because like I said, I was just joking around with Filipinos, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess,
I
uh,
joke around with them too. I would say that Mexicans and Filipinos are cousins. We're all
yeah,
cousins.
they're the
Same shit.
Mexicans of Asia, is what the my
Yeah.
coach, me and my coach,
Yeah.
joke around with my coach a lot. He's Filipino, and a lot of people think I'm Filipino because I take videos in the gym, and there's Filipino flags all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, when you were some of your pictures, I saw like a Puerto Rican flag too, but I was like, nah, it's probably just one of the many flags in
No,
the
no, no,
gym.
no, no. I'm not Puerto Rican. You don't call a Mexican a Puerto Rican, bro.
Okay. No,
Because
I didn't know you were
there's
Mexican. You
lines
should
that
have said
must
that.
not be crossed. Yeah, this
I
rivalry
agree. I
runs
agree.
intense, especially in boxing. Gosh.
I agree. I agree. I didn't know. You should have said, "Hey, I am Mexican, or I come from Mexican descent." I
I,
wouldn't have
I
said that.
do. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let me dive a little bit into that. I'm assuming you were born here. Parents are from Mexico, or how does that work
I was
out?
born in North Carolina. My dad was
Hmm.
born in Texas, but he was raised in Mexico, and my mom was raised in Mexico. So
Okay.
they both came over when they were in their, I want to say, teens, late teens, early 20s, and then they just made a life over here in the U.S. And
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I was born in North Carolina, and then they moved right back down to the border of Texas, and that's where I was raised. So even though I was born in North Carolina, I claim Texas
Yeah.
through and through.
Hell yeah. What part of Mexico are your parents from?
Tamaulipas and San Luis
Okay. Okay. San Luis, Rio Colorado, or Potosí.
Potosí.
Okay, okay, okay. Do you visit Mexico or have you been
Man, I
or
haven't been in a long time, dude. The last time that I went there, I set foot there. I was on vacation in Tulum, Cancun. Um,
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
in that area. But other than that, I haven't set foot in Mexico in a long time. Um, the
What are
borders
you waiting
became
for?
the borders became a dangerous area for people. So people stopped going
Yeah.
there. When I was young, we used to, like 17, 16-year-olds, we used to cross over the border and get drunk over there because nobody cared. You can't do that
Hmm.
anymore like you used to. Like, the high school kids can't do what we used to do.
Yeah, no, no, no. I mean, I used to for a whole year, man, almost twice a month I'd be in TJ. You kind of still see it, but you
It's
don't.
not
I
as
mean, with the
yeah,
kids nowadays, it's not the same though because when we used to go, because I'm 38, so we're only a year apart.
yeah.
But when we used to do it, it was wild, bro. Like
Yeah,
it was just,
and you
yeah.
can fuck around, and you didn't have to worry about
Yes.
you right now. If
No.
you fuck around, you tell the wrong person the wrong thing, your ass is gone.
You had the wrong person. Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
never know. You never know, dude. So, because when I would go, I'd behave, and then I'm not an aggressive person. Like, I'm a happy-go-lucky type of dude. When I'm drinking, I'm extra happy. But I mean, even then, being a happy-go-lucky type of guy, I still am careful with what I do and what I say, and I mainly just keep to myself. Or if I have a day, just me and that person, But yeah, things are a lot crazier. So I totally agree with you. But um, it's always a good time to visit Mexico. I'm gonna be in Mexico City where my dad's from. I'm gonna go watch UFC Mexico in February.
that's awesome.
It'll be my third year running, so and I always have a good time. So maybe one of these days, bro, me and you gonna plan a trip to Mexico City. All right, we're gonna have some fun. And every one of these days, I'm gonna plan it out with you, brother.
I'm sure I know some people there, so yeah, just let me know what's up.
Hell yeah, bro. All right. Real quick, bro, before I let you go, dude. It's been fucking fun, dude. I knew we had a lot of things in common. I'm so glad we got to connect, dude. Hell yeah. Um, what do you have to say for anybody who is gonna watch your next fight or just in general, bro? Just what do you want to say to people who are getting into BKFC or have watched BKFC already?
Well, I want to put on a show for everybody. That's my goal. I want to entertain, so I'm hoping that I get a fight pretty soon. But I hope you guys are tuning into the journey too, because I'm trying to do whatever I can for the community, for the active duty service members, for my sponsors. I'm trying to put in the work and create some kind of environment here where people are able to look at fighters in a different manner. Like I said, I'm here. I want to interact with everybody that I can. So come on out, ask questions. If you see me out at an event, come take a picture with me. I don't mind. I'm like Big Ben.
Yeah, Ben's awesome.
Ben's super friendly with that, and I admire that a lot, man. Like nobody can bug this dude. You ask him for a picture, he's
Yeah,
gonna take his time out of his day to go take a picture with the fans.
yeah. Shout out to Big Ben, dude. He's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, he is. He is. That's my son's favorite fighter. Him and Taylor Starling.
Yeah, Taylor, she's awesome. Yeah, hell yeah. It's funny because you mentioned about crushes. I kind of had a crush. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this in. I don't want to get beat up by her husband, but uh, Britain Hart, bro. I kind of had a crush on Britain Hart for a
She
while.
has a husband.
You know, she's either has a husband or she's in a serious relationship. Because I don't stalk a lot of fighters' pages, but I do see pictures of her and her man together. I think he might even be Latino, to be honest, or
Yeah, I
or
mean, you should leave it in
whatever. You know
totally,
what I
but
mean?
I think you should leave it in. Anyways, I wouldn't be worried about getting your ass kicked by her boyfriend. I think you should be more worried about her fucking you up.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Fucking guy, dude. There's something about a girl who can kick ass is kind of hot, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, bro. But and anything else you want to say, anybody, before I let you go? Any message to the peoples, bro? Before, actually, I'm gonna cut this out real quick. I did mess up the recording, so I'm gonna do the intro and ask you the question about that video. So we'll do that as soon as I let you go. But
Okay.
anyways, is there anything that you want to say to anybody, like a message from the heart or advice to anything? Just whatever you got to say, man. Go ahead.
I just want to thank everybody that's been following me, all the people that stood by me, the people that give me a chance. Even starting off as a young fighter in the sport and supporting in any way they could. Thank you guys, and again for the new fans, I hope you guys tune in. We're already put in some more work, 2026, and yeah, man. If Jad Masad Wong wants to fight at 135, let me know what's up.
Oh man, damn, yeah.
Tell her.
She's a hot one too. Damn, there's a lot
I
of
just want
beauties
to
in
punch her in the
BKFC,
face.
dude. Why you got beef with her for, man? What's up?
Just, I've been calling her out for a long time. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop until I punch her in the face.
Oh, my son Wong, you hear that, girl? Shit. Oh my God, dude. Well, dude, thanks for hanging out with me, man. It's been fun. It's been fun getting to know you a little better, bro. I've been a fan before, and I've, I'm more fan now that I get to know you. I love doing these interviews because I get to know fighters even better, and if people watching these interviews can feel what I feel when I get to know them, you will be more fans of these guys that I interview. So thanks again, bro. Mr. Saturn and Roberto Armas, and we are out.
Take it easy.